Hello everyone. Actually, this is one of those videos that actually calls out to the actual game developers and the publishers along with Microsoft. Mainly to Microsoft because you're gonna mess up all the other publishers because I got a feeling you're gonna do it.
That's actually, remember that was already bullshit, Tom.
But of course, it sounds bullshit. But I'm just gonna show you.
No, it was already bullshit. That guy that made the Gears of War games, he was personally crying about Microsoft gonna break Steam and stuff. He wasn't just doing that. He was just crying to get and complaining just to get attention, so people would buy his games. That's already been stated like 1,000 times.
Yeah, which well, I'm just showing a scenario of what Microsoft should do.
No, Microsoft already knows they're not gonna get rid of Steam. Because they're in a
Or
partnership.
Origin.
Or Origin, they're both in partnerships.
Or Google Games.
Microsoft and Bill Gates are both swimming in cash, and Bill Gates is getting and is like I'm rich and you're not. So it's joking. He actually donates to cancer.
Yeah, he does. His friend, that one's Apple actually had cancer. That's why he's donating it to that. Even though the competition with each other,
Yeah,
they were still friends.
They knew each other.
And the reason why the game's taking so long to load is because I have like a huge
uh,
facility. um, and it goes down to like what's going on here because I'm just using this game for an example. Okay, it didn't crash this time. Here's something interesting. You have like the free-to-play business model, which is apparent with most stuff. Like for example, you could do like how much should these features cost, which sometimes comes up to like booster packs, pets and mounts, certain types of items, character classes, supported items, even access to game. Most of the time, I just do access to game. So I kind of like defeat the part of stuff. There's also trading, storage, warehouse, and as you can tell, like with a free-to-play game, there's actually how much money goes into the game. But let's not. Let's focus on companies, shall we? Which is over here. This tab here, which are I believe developers. Now, as you can tell, I have 100% in most of these guys. The reason why is because if you control what goes on here, plus you can also do management and you can actually tell them to actually develop for the game console. To put more stuff. Most of the time, I would have this freedom, but I kind of want to see where this is going. Unfortunately, I've made a lot of money doing this, where I was buying out the companies, but keeping them active. Some companies I know, like this, like both of these guys, which is Westwood, and yeah, I had to rename that because they're no longer a company. Lionhead Studios, or in this case, Tigerhead, also has specific type of shares in here. Now, say that I close all these guys down, because I could do it. Even Blizzard, like these guys are worth a lot of money now because of all the games that they've been launching. A lot of these game companies half exist, and of course, you guys should all know Rockstar. They've made some good amount of money with the Grand Theft Auto series, along with all the other stuff, including Bungie, which is Microsoft really wanted them to stay in their thing, but they kind of didn't want to do the Halo franchise anymore, which is understandable. Because it takes a while to make stuff. Of course, the Halo franchise is made with 343, but as you can tell, now here's something: game removed from market, Streets of New York from Marsulia. So this is like the sales figure that is broken down where even the common person will know what they're doing. Like weekly in sales, units sold, development costs, at how much it costs to actually develop, product cost, meaning how much it had to be put down to either disk or downloadable content through via either Steam, Origin, or whatever. But in this case, we're mainly focusing on Steam. Like even share for developers, even having like 100%. The income for it and the profit. So you kind of want to make at least a good amount of money back from it. That's why certain video games cost a certain amount of money. When I go into my my wonderful thing, which I'd rather have like my servers give out the stuff like how Steam does it, because Steam is a really good service. And as you can tell, we have like most of the games go up to like the 40, like up to like the 50s in a way, and it even like has like the manual and what game development, what publishers do, which the first time when they launched the game, where it's like still popular, like when they first on launch, they'll like give out T-shirts. Half of the stuff they don't really give out too much. Um, Most of the time, they want to save a few more dollars, they'll do a $1 manual or just completely skip the manual. And obviously, you can see the disc. Now, with these guys, there's a share profit with most of this, and developers cost, etc. Product costs like $4, but mind you, this is like 4Ks. Like these are in like Ks almost. Uh, like I, like most game development studios don't really have like everything on site like I do, but there's multiple departments that work on this, and the reason why I really wanted to say about this is when you shut down other companies, you tend to lose a lot of business because one, I'm not gonna close out those other companies because I know that they're gonna make games for particularly my console, and is other consoles out there which is called platforms. Which, as you can tell, I do have licenses. I have my own console as well. You have Microsoft and Mac, which, as you can tell, they do a 5K development cost to have a license, which these prices vary over time. They even have a set date of when they were first published. As you can tell, I'm still in 2007, where the original Xbox and the 360, or in this case the 370, are actually having a good market share over time. The reason why is because the games I put on there are pretty nice. These are all AAA, and as you can tell, there's like AA. Most of these devices have been locked, which, as you can tell, Nintendo or whatever, Nintendo, their market share varies between things. Like even the PlayStation 3 or Polygon Game Station is varying. The as you can tell, there's like multiple history here, and like as you can tell, the X's meaning these consoles no longer are supported or build. So you can tell like what time I kind of went into like all this stuff. But as you can tell, there's been a lot of game consoles. There's been a lot of various of things, and like with the licensing for like consoles and shit, like I can just go right to like the engine and like it's supposed to be a console. My game console. Let's see here. As you can tell throughout the history, there is better and better components that come up. With Microsoft's Microsoft's Xbox One, there's a lot more that goes into it. Seriously, like you have all this other equipment, and like the games, like game consoles are not like computers, which everyone should know that by now, obviously, because you have like that comic with the PC Master Race crap. I'm hoping I can actually. Okay, I gotta get away from the break room because that's um. Okay, well, back. Um, like I was saying, yeah, components. Half of these chipsets from various of mechanical, robotics and whatever it's called. Not robotics, but as you can tell, the first time it actually had just these available. Like when you get to it, it's pretty much a good basic way of doing chipsets and stuff. Chipsets are very expensive, mind you. Uh, it's like building a computer, but you also have to do like other things, like even like ratings. Like to earn ratings, you need like more third-party support. Literally, the available games that come on here, as you can tell, the reason why I had lower and lower numbers at a time, like for example here, I only did my games inclusive first. Here, my games only here. Then when I get decides to say, you know what, I'm gonna allow third party. I got more people, more available games to the console. Of course, this game console here, these two game consoles have been doing very well, and I always want to make sure games are available. The reason why, one, is it's a good business practice. The more games you have in your console, the more likely people are going to buy the console. That's obvious. That's obvious business partnership with the ratings and the profit between everything. The highest profit of the console varies between how much advertisements goes into it, how many games go into it, and what's supported into it. Now, you do have other publishers here, which some of them don't exist and others do exist. Of course, you have EA here, which I don't really go towards them because I know their little evil tricks, which I've learned very well. Thank you, CEO at EA. His Microsoft, Microsoft, and actually see the shares. Sorry, I didn't drink. Microsoft mainly a fan base goes from economics selection, and these change over time. Like even Nintendo has skill-based games of what their main primary focus on for their fan base. Multiple other companies here will also do the same thing. Will automatically start working. Sega, please come back to an actual company, please. I know game consoles are very expensive, and they put a lot of work in their consoles. PlayStation, I haven't launched through theirs, but ones I have been going through is like these guys here, which don't exist anymore, I don't think. The most one I go to, like various places I'd never heard of, like iGames and FConks, which they really love simulations. That's how based the fan is. You can actually consider yourself on one of these things. Activision mainly is fan base of movies, but that's also on like trial and error. Yeah. Throughout the development of everything, you will have various stuff from like the engines. Now this goes over like the game consoles and the computers. As you can tell, there's multiple engines here that have been improved over the time of play, which are basically what they're supposed to do, like RPGs, first-person shooters, and these games have mainly focused on RPGs. Like with most game engines, I would actually sell it out so other people can get it, which automatically gives me an income of how many licenses are sold. Now the cost to actually use it plus profit sharing. The reason why they I change it is because I know how many people actually use it. And most of the time, like you do have all these other supporting things here, which are kind of nasty, but going down to like all the licenses and various of stuff varies. With the Y, this actually has the usual support here, everything. When you look at game development, seriously, guys, you people that are complaining about how game engines work. These functions don't normally come in unless a large team programs it. It's very rare that they want to remake a new game engine because of all the things that they have to actually put into it and how the engine works. So like multi-thread support, This is a very expensive research. This I hear realistic physics, environment destruction. These are the things that we're used to. There's also level editor. Always keep a level editor in any type of game that's actually pretty good. That's what I believe, because people can make their own content, which will bring more people in. Seriously. And that's how game developers actually work. Like, most of the time, the company that I have is in, I need to have production button. That most game companies will actually do construction work. Like, they even have, like, design characters. Microsoft will outsource things, too. A lot of companies do this. And little does everyone know that a lot of companies work together on stuff. Even though they seem to be competing, they are competing on your cash. That's how it works. Now, I did do something on Facebook about that. Yeah, we don't have any MMOs anymore. We have free-to-play games, which you can lose a lot of money towards. No, seriously, like, when you look up here, there is, like, only so much that, see, app purchase 36, like, the game itself was very expensive, so, and get, like, a good profit now and then. And then here's this. Glad one of these showed up. Now, I would either sell the game myself, or let the seller sell the game. Of course, it's zombies and trucks. That's kind of actually sounds like an interesting game to play. So for now, I'm gonna let these guys sell it because they also need the money. And they do all kinds of stuff like with like the production line and stuff, like remarketing. Like they'll do like bundle games, which I actually have a bunch of. Like even with like the Fallout series, which were very popular, and like you can just like bundle games together, like newer and older. Like Origin and Steam kind of do this, like give out free games sometimes. I know Origin does this really well, which is a good business practice to give out free games, but you also need to give out demos, which has been happening. The in-app purchase store of Microsoft is the same. Yay. That's pretty much it for this video. So if anyone from marketing has any good ideas on how to make more money, you should also take in concept of gamers will not like certain things. It's been proven on this thing too, because like for like the Mega Cube I have here, which I kind of got bored and I tend to let the randomizer or whatever. I would call it something else, but having a good amount of hype for it and an all-time purchase and market share is really well. So Microsoft, keep an eye on your console development, and more importantly, get better game content out there. Okay, what I mean by that, Microsoft is working. Yeah, this is my wrap up now. Remember, work on your games. Get rid of as many bugs as you possibly can. I know it's expensive and everything, because I've been there too with this damn simulator. Is that it costs more money to actually have more features put into the game, even graphic design for crying out loud. And the graphics design costs money, so game players out there that think companies are being cheap, this stuff is very expensive, you guys. Seriously,